Hello, welcome back to my channel. So I just woke up from a nap and I just ate like way too many Swedish berries, so I'm a little bit like I'm a little bit out of it right now, but I'm gonna get this voiceover done so I can get this video out. So when I was doing the hair, I was hoping that I was going to be able to just heat treat it, but apparently it does not work and it started to melt, so I guess don't do that. I used hair from the hair doll planet or something like that before, and that I could use heat on and that was fine, but it didn't work for this one, so I ended up having to do the hot water method. I have a tendency to save my straws, and I couldn't find my old straws where I've done this before, so I had to use tinier straws, and because they're thinner, they're flimsier, so they're not as sturdy when you're wrapping the hair around it. So I ended up putting like a skinny stick through the straw to make it have more structural integrity before using it as the roller part. How you guys doing? You doing good? I hope you're doing good. I'm going to eat more Swedish berries. Okay. I'm just gonna have a few. I'm just gonna have two. How? Okay. What's happening now? Oh god, this is probably triggering someone saying who hates, like, oh god, I'm sorry. Okay, I finished chewing my Swedish berries. I think I had to do 2 hot water treatments for the hair to make sure that it was curled properly. You could do just 1. Doesn't really matter. I don't think I've noticed a difference. Again, I don't really feel like doing a proper tutorial. I'm just doing a voiceover because I'm bored. Just indulge me. The fun part about using this particular doll to do Harley Quinn dolls is because... Wait, was that a proper sentence? The fun thing about using these dolls to make the Harley Quinn dolls is that I don't have to do reroute, because I hate doing reroutes. And because I knew that her hair was going to be shorter, I didn't really care to curl the ends, and it makes it a lot easier for you to make a nice curl because you can just cut off the part that you don't want and cut it at like that type of angle so that the end looks nice and curly. Also, I saved the end pieces, don't know what I'm going to do with them, but I saved them. I think I ate like 15 Swedish berries today, that's probably too much. Here's something different. I decided to use a little bit of that matte primer stuff so that I can make her hair a little bit more sturdy and so that the curls kind of maintain better. I just like the look of it. I didn't want it to be soft curls. Here I am using 100% acetone to remove the factory paint, and so I can get started to prime her face and do the face up. Oh, also for materials for this doll, I don't think I actually bought anything except for the hot pink ribbon that I did end up buying at Walmart because it was cheaper there. And I was lazy and COVID, so I only wanted to go to like one place. I I just burped and I really have to sneeze. So I actually did end up making 2 pairs of pants, and it's because the first pair of pants was too tight, so I had to make a second pair of pants because I didn't like how the first pair of pants turned out. And just so you know, it's actually not as red as it's appearing on camera. It's actually just like a pure hot pink. It doesn't read as red as it reads on the screen. And I'm doing the exact same process to quote-unquote dye her hair as I did for the previous Harley Quinn doll that I did. If you want to watch that one, I will put it in the little eyeball thing or whatever up in the corner, and you can watch that. That was the first one that I did. She is sold, I don't have her anymore, but I wanted to make another one just because I do like how the Harley Quinn like costumes have been coming out, so I wanted to try doing this one. Now, prior to me deciding on doing this doll, I did do a little bit of research to see how I would be able to do potentially any of the other costumes, and I think I ended up just going with this one because it was the easiest in terms of supplies, in terms of like finding things easily. Like, I kind of wanted to do the fringe one, but I think I just decided that was going to be too complicated, so I just ended up doing this one, which I thought would be easier. I think it is easier. I did look up to see if anybody else did any Harley Quinn dolls with this costume or outfit, and I did find one, and I did take a lot of inspiration from it, so I'm just going to pop the picture in right here, and I will link the person who made this one in the description. I am starting up the face up relatively the exact same as I would do all my other face ups. The only difference that I did for this one in particular to the other Harley Quinn that I did was that I didn't give her like that washed out I guess kind of clown pasty look, because it didn't appear as she had that in this film as much, so I didn't end up doing that. And unfortunately, because I didn't have the other doll that I did to reference off of, I'm just doing this from memory, so I didn't really use any references except for just looking at her tattoos, which I did actually have a thing to say, because a majority of the tattoos are altered in this film as opposed to in Suicide Squad, because she, spoiler alert, they broke up. So I noticed that some of the tattoos have been changed. Unfortunately, there is going to be one tattoo that I noticed that was changed and I didn't notice until after I already did it, so just excuse that. And again, I usually take time when I do face ups, so there'll be spurts in between where the face just changes suddenly. I just like taking breaks. I also just wanted to mention that I actually found a really cool video on the, I guess, like Marilyn Monroe pink dress kind of like compilation of that dress that has ever come up, and the Harley Quinn version is in that video. I actually really like that video, so I'm gonna link that in the description also. For the little eye sparkle, I decided to do this kind of iridescent green, blue, teal, cyan shift glitter, and I think I just put 1 or 2 glitters in each eye. And I'm using the exact same tiny eyelashes that I got from Daiso like a few years ago when I was in Japan. I do have more of these, don't worry. I bought more than 1 pack, but I think they're all in my bathroom somewhere. And I'm using this eyeshadow palette, which we do not speak of, and I'm giving her a little bit of a highlight. Okay, so I think for her shoes in the film, I had a really hard time trying to see what they were, and I think they were kind of like a stringy, thin strapped stiletto with fur on the front, and I just said, freak that, we're just gonna do this instead. it's the next day again. I have a little bit of time to kill before I have to take my cat to the vet, so yeah, let's see if I can finish this voiceover. I think I decided to do glitter for the shoes because like I was kind of inspired by these one pairs of shoes that Elle Woods wore in the second Legally Blonde movie, and I'll put a picture here, and I just decided that like it was a good shoe to do, so I just kind of went with that idea. I wish I had some topics to talk about. I don't have any topics to talk about. I guess I did get a lot of plants recently, and by recently I mean like probably... Can you hear that bird? Can you hear this fucking bird? Okay. I've gotten a lot of plants recently. There's just a bird screaming, that's fine. And I have a maidenhair fern that I would not have gotten if I've known that it's like the most difficult plant to take care of. It's doing okay. I think I accidentally let it dry out a little bit too much one day, and I ended up having to cut a lot of the fronds off because they were dying. But I have a whole bunch of new fronds that are growing in it, so it looks a little bit better. If I remember, I'll put a picture of what it looks like right now. And I think I'm just doing all the little stones in the shoes right now, and I honestly like doing this type of activity. I don't find it too mundane. I guess like doing glitter placements is a bit too difficult, but this was fine. This does take a while, so I only showed the one shoe in the video, but I did do the other shoe prior, and that was a little bit more... I was kind of just figuring it out how I wanted to do it when I did it then, and then I just recreated it in the filming portion. Now I will say I had a heck of a time trying to figure out this outfit, because I was essentially just re-watching this one clip over and over again to see if I can find everything that I needed to know about this outfit, and that was just great. And so the only thing was is that I didn't have any black ribbon left. I thought I did, but apparently I didn't. But I always save ribbon, so I actually had this Forever 21 ribbon from like the really annoying like hanging strap thingies that like you should always cut off. Always cut those off. They look terrible. I think I only have like one of them still on one of the dresses that I wear because like it's too difficult to hang, but I'm probably gonna cut those off eventually too. I don't know if you could tell, but I ended up having to do another layer of the pink ribbon because the black ribbon underneath was showing through, and I mean the black ribbon isn't 100% necessary, but I felt like it was part of the bow and it wasn't just a shadow, so I just decided to add it in there, and then I ended up using Mod Podge to adhere the ribbons, and while it was still drying I actually used a binder clip to kind of like hold it in its shape so it stayed in that bow shape. I guess like just an interesting commentary, but I think it's actually nice that a lot of the newer dolls, like these kind of style dolls, have the hands that are removable because it makes it so that you can dress them a lot easier. And when I decided to do the gloves, I opted out of making like an actual glove for the hand part and instead just painted the hands the same color as the ribbon, which was essentially, I believe, just like a hot pink with a little bit of like a gold paint to kind of give it like that shimmery effect. And I thought that the gold would be better than like a silver paint because it might make the pink too cool tone, so that's what I did to kind of recreate the same pink color. I also had a heck of a time trying to figure out all the jewelry because I didn't buy anything else for this doll, so I had to dig through all of my old jewelry that I didn't wear anymore, or just like jewelry pieces that I didn't use, and this is what I ended up doing for all of her jewelry. Okay, this is a conspiracy theory, but it's probably not a conspiracy theory. I want you to look at this ribbon right here. Why am I whispering? Okay, I just think it's funny because I bought this ribbon like in 2017, so the years are always printed on the barcode, And I just think it's funny how it's even more expensive now than it was years prior, and it's also less ribbon. So just something to think about. I was like knee deep in these like Target conspiracies theory videos. I'll link the one that I found, and I ended up watching all of his videos in like a night because I friggin' love conspiracy theories. Okay, so here's the other thing. Because of the tattoo thing, I had to look for all of her new tattoos or whether they were altered tattoos, and it was hard. So, I think in the newer Suicide Squad movie, she actually has even more altered tattoos. I'm not 100% sure. I think I saw like a trailer, and I saw one of her tattoos are changed. Just keep in mind that the tattoos aren't going to be 100% accurate. The other plus side of doing this outfit was that I technically only had to do a few tattoos. I think it was just the heart, the rotten, the daddy look, and then the tattoo on the back, which I think was actually altered, but I couldn't tell, so I ended up doing the Property of Joker tattoo instead, which is inaccurate, but whatever. Okay, and here she is, which is the Harley Quinn doll from the Birds of Prey movie in the Marilyn Monroe dress, or pantsuit or whatever. And I actually really like how she came out. Not too many technical things that I really hated. I'm still not sure if I'm gonna sell her or not, but if anybody's interested, you could always shoot me an email and we could talk about it. Anyways, I'm gonna go. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye!